How you doing, everybody? Milsurp Garage here. So the Wideners special here. Oh, how you doing, Charlie? Come up here. Charlie wants to have a seat. There you go. Take 5, dude. The Wideners M59 here. Looks like it fared pretty well today at the range. But man, this gun gets awfully dirty. I guess I get way used to these bolt guns, and then when you deal with these semi-autos, they sure do get filthy. But after a thorough inspection of all the parts, after about, see, I must have put about 200 rounds through it. Some corrosive Yugo, but mostly non-corrosive steel-cased Wolf. I featured that ammo in a previous video if you want to take a look at either of what I was shooting. But yeah, you see here the gas piston here gets dirty. I don't really mind. I like cleaning, so I don't really mind this this kind of dirt. But it does get pretty filthy. You even see a lot of flash inside of here. But the main thing is that this new small piston worked out fine. No dent on the top and no bend. This is definitely, I rolled it on a flat surface here and it rolls perfectly true. Whoops, except when you drop it. So that cures the problem of the twisted one. Do I have that handy just to show you? Yeah, here. This is what the original looked like after the original spring and piston. You can see it. It took a nasty shot to the head of it there, which twisted this thing into a pretzel. And the reason why I'm convinced that the reason, I don't want to mix up springs, the reason why this happened is because it's just a, you can see it's about, looks like about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch shorter. And that probably, when that slack had to be taken up, it was beating on it, like hammering it instead of just pushing it. That's what I'd guess. Plus, you know, it might not be the strongest part either. But yeah, and again, I have the one in here that I said I would test it, but I didn't even want to take the chance of it bending and getting stuck in there or messing up the bore. It's this one that Wideners sent me this spring, and you can see the difference in quality even just by looking at it. Of course, I can't attest to the strength of it, but it just doesn't feel as, you know, I mean, which would you rather have just by looking at them? You could see just a shiny, kind of strong looking steel here, and a, just a kind of rough looking, and look at the difference in the springs. I mean, you know. Thanks, Wideners, but no thanks. That will be a spare for Zombie Day. I'm sticking with this guy. It worked fine. And yeah, now it's just a thorough cleaning. And you know, I found that cleaning one of these gets much easier if you have a 22 cleaning kit, because you could put a patch and run it right straight through the end of here with hoppies. Because this tube gets necked down. It starts off kind of wide, and then around here somewhere it necks down and it gets to that size. And you definitely need to run a patch through that. And with a regular 30 cal rod, it's definitely not going to work. So a 22 rod, though, if you position the patch properly, you'll be able to push it right through till you see it come out of this end. And same goes for this channel here. This channel here, which you have to get in. Not the barrel, I'm talking about that guy right there where where that small piston sits. The gases don't really make it to here, so that's why this doesn't really get too dirty with the fouling of the gas. You see, the gases really don't make it much past, you know, if this op rod sits here, the gases don't really get much past where that vent hole is. There's a vent hole in here, so you can see where the piston sits. Where the piston sits in here, the vent hole is right here. So whatever gases push this back, once it, you know, once anything gets by there, it comes out this vent hole, which is why you don't really see much dirt go any further than, you know, right around there. But this, if you're shooting corrosive ammo, you could definitely see how this would go bad. And of course, in here, let's not forget this guy. I mean, look at how fouled that gets just from a couple of hundred rounds a day of shooting. It's pretty fouled. Not fouled enough where, you know, you're blocking the hole or anything, where it wouldn't cycle, but fouled where if this is corrosive shit and it sits for a long time, you're going to start to chew it up. So this is definitely a clean, you know, right after you shoot gun, where, you know, you got to break it down. Luckily, it's easy enough to take it apart. So that's the story. It's cleaning time, but functioned well at the range. It was accurate enough. I had the bayonet out to see it. Definitely made a difference with the accuracy. Definitely grouped tighter with the bayonet out. I'm not crazy. It definitely did. But you can see the bayonet used to be this color, the length of it, and being that it's out, you know, like from here down, it got sooted up. So I'm going to see now if some Hoppies cleans that up. If not, the bayonet's just going to have to start looking used. That's all there is to it. So thumbs up on this guy, except for that one hitch. So far so good. Everything loosened up nice. The bolt feels nice and smooth, and worked good.